Simplify. So our first step here is going to be to employ the quotient rule for exponentials. So that rule tells us that when we have like bases in division, we can subtract the exponent in the denominator from the exponent in the numerator. We can apply that to the x and y variables. Then for our numerical coefficients here, we have negative 54 divided by 2, and that's equal to negative 27. So our next step in simplification is going to look like this. We'll have negative 27 times x to the power of 9 minus 3 times y to the power of 3 minus 9. And all of this is still going to be to the power of negative 1/3. So 9 minus 3 is 6, so we'll have negative 27 x to the power of 6 times y to the power of negative 6, all to the power of negative 1/3. Now we're going to apply this exterior exponent. So remember, when a variable or item already has an exponent on it and another exponent is applied, the two exponents are multiplied together. So we'll have negative 27 to the power of negative 1/3 times x to the power of 6 times negative 1/3, that's where this rule comes into play, times y to the power of negative 6 times negative 1/3. So the negative in the exponent on negative 27 means that we have to take the reciprocal of negative 27. So we'll put 1 over negative 27 raised to the power of positive 1/3. Now for our x variable, 6 times negative 1/3 is equal to negative 2, so we'll have x to the negative 2, and negative 6 times negative 1/3 is positive 2, so we'll have y to the power of positive 2, which means that that y variable is going to stay in the numerator. So we're going to end up with y squared over negative 27 to the power of 1/3, which we can convert to radical form by remembering that the denominator of our fractional exponent is the index of our radical, and the numerator of our fractional exponent is the power to which our radicand is raised. So we'll have the cube root of negative 27 to the power of 1, or in other words, just the cube root of negative 27. Then we also have x to the power of negative 2, which basically just means that we're going to put the x variable in the denominator of our expression, or take the reciprocal of x, which would be 1 over x, and so that's how it ends up in the denominator. So it'll be x to the power of positive 2 in the denominator. Now we can simplify this a little further. We'll have y squared over the cube root of negative 27, which is negative 3, times x squared. And then by convention, typically the negative sign is placed in the numerator or in front of the fraction, so we will just rewrite our expression like so. So this is the final answer for this problem.